Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'd like to detail how to perform an old school forgotten exercise for developing an old school barrel chest, and that is the Rader Chest Pull. Developed by Perry Rader of Iron Man magazine during the silver era of bodybuilding, this exercise was recommended to be used in conjunction with the 20 rep squat to expand the rib cage. And it is truly unfortunate that such exercises and techniques have been lost, and they're not performed any longer in modern day gyms anymore. Hence the lack of old school manly barrel-like chests around in our community these days, like the one presented here by none other than Mike Katz, who famously lost his t-shirt during the Pumping Iron film. Mike Katz specialized in ribcage expansion techniques and exercises and developed incredible depth in his ribcage. Now that's what I call a barrel-like chest. I mean, look at that photo. It is just phenomenal. Damn, look at that ribcage. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I call a barrel-like chest. And today I will be talking about the technical aspects of this particular exercise, and I will also give you a couple of demos at the end of this video at different angles, so you can hopefully incorporate this exercise into your program. Enjoy. Developed in the 1950s by Perry Rader, chief editor of Iron Man magazine, he recommended that the Rader Chest Pull be used in conjunction with the 20 rep breathing squat to enlarge the rib cage. And the whole idea was that this particular motion would stretch the cartilage between the ribs and the actual sternum, which sits in front of the chest right in the middle. And as he puts it, everyone can actually benefit. Older trainees will obviously benefit too, but to a lesser degree. However, if you started early on in your career, for example in your teens or early 20s, these particular trainees will actually greatly benefit from such techniques such as the Rader Chest Pull, and of course also the dumbbell pullover. You will definitely this exercise will definitely contribute in developing that old school barrel chest that we can see here in this awesome photo of Casey Viator. You can see how high that chest rises, and that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to have that stretch in that cartilage, which allows you, when you actually hit that side chest pose, to really display this shelf barrel-like chest. I mean, it's just a phenomenal shot that is not really seen nowadays anymore. And again, as I mentioned earlier, used to be in conjunction to be used in conjunction with the 20 rep squat, and you want to be performing about 20 repetitions of the Rader Chest Pull right after performing the 20 rep breathing squat. Now, to perform the Rader Chest Pull, what you want to do, as shown in the diagram here, you want to grasp a pole with both hands, approximately 20 centimeters or 6 inches above the top of your head. You can, for example, use a power rack or whatever, anything that's like a vertical bar. And you want to keep your hands close together, again, as shown in the diagram. And you want to stand about arm's length from the pole. And keeping your arms straight, you want to take a deep breath, and slowly, as you take that deep breath, at the same time, pull down and in with your arms. As you do this and breathe in as you're pulling down and in with your arms, you should find that your ribs should rise up and your lats start to flare out. And that's quite obvious as well in this particular diagram. And that's how you should know that you're doing it right. If you don't see your ribs rising up, then there is something wrong. And I'm going to go through the possible reasons why you may not be finding that you get that stretch in the rib cage. But now I'm going to show you a demo of me performing it at this same angle. So you can see that I'm in my gym. I'm standing about arm's length from a power rack, my own power rack. And you can see that as I begin to breathe in, my chest rises, my ribs rise, my lats flare out, right? And as I'm breathing in, I'm pulling down. You can see my arms actually go down slightly. Now they're rising a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to breathe in. You can see I'm pulling down and in. And as I do so, my lats flare out and my ribs go real high. My chest goes real high, and it really expands the whole rib cage, right? You can really see the whole thing happening. Right? You can see how tall my chest is, right, as I do that. And there's no excessive curvature of the back either. It's just me pulling my arms down and in, and then the ribs will naturally rise. Oh, there's a bit of discomfort on my sternum there. Whoop. Now that you've seen the demonstration, I just want to talk about some troubleshooting points for you. If you're finding, for example, that the chest doesn't rise and the ribs don't seem to be opening and growing taller and taller, right? It's probably because you're contracting your abdominals. You can see in this diagram here of this young fellow performing the Rader Chest Pull. Yes, his arms are not as high, but you've got to find your sweet spot, and I think that's the most important thing. So don't really worry yourself or trouble yourself about how high your hands go. Worry about the fact that your chest should be rising, and you can see that this man performing it, he's got his lats locked as he performs the Rader Chest Pull. His ribs are rising. His chest is actually contracting, because as it contracts, it actually expands the ribs from the sternum. And more importantly, he's not contracting the musculature, because if he was, he would be curving downwards, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing, right? When you contract the abdominals, you're actually bending forward, and that shouldn't actually be happening. Instead, you should be going for it should appear like you're almost leaning back slightly, but you're not. What's actually happening is that the ribs are expanding and causing that illusion. They're creating that illusion that you are leaning back slightly, but you're not. Ideally, the whole point is to not contract the abdominals, and this should allow the chest to rise and the ribs to expand. You should feel that pull around the sternum, and as you do, what's actually happening is that the cartilage is actually stretching. And when you do it right, as you saw in my demo, I actually kind of cringed towards the end of those 6 or 5 reps, whatever I'm doing, because there should be a slight discomfort surrounding the area of the sternum, because you are stretching that connective tissue. It should be sore for the next day or two, not extremely sore, but a little bit sore. For example, I did it yesterday when I did this demo video, and I still feel my sternum, right? And I remember when I first started doing this exercise, I really did feel it. It's a slight soreness around the sternum area, and I know that therefore I'm doing it right. Now that we are towards the end of the video, I want to actually expand further, pardon the pun, and actually talk a little bit more of the advanced version of the Rader Chest Pull, which actually involves you tensing the front neck muscles and pulling the head back slightly. Again, the more advanced you are, the more it looks like you're leaning back and actually going backwards, but you're not really. You're actually trying to aid and further stretch the ribs as you pull your arms down. And the best way to aid this expansion of the rib cage further when doing the Rader Chest Pull is to actually tense the front neck muscles, as you can clearly see in the diagram here. Look at the guy's face, his jaw, and his sternomastoid is actually really tense, right, as he does it. You shouldn't be able to talk because you're really flexing the front of your muscles, right? I'm doing it as I talk right there. And you can also see that he's pulling his head back slightly, right? Bringing his chin in, and really, as you do that, what happens is your lats begin to flare down even more and lock further, and your ribs will therefore open even greater, right? This further, as I said, allows you to stretch the ribs. And as I've mentioned before, and I want to really stress this, the best time to actually do this exercise is supersetted after an oxygen demanding exercise, such as performing 20 repetitions of the breathing squat, or if you prefer 20 repetitions of the breathing deadlift. The point is that these exercises are so oxygen demanding that you will naturally already be doing very heavy breathing, which will help in further expanding the rib cage, allowing excellent rib cage enlargement. Once again, I will now show a demonstration of the more advanced Rader Chest Pull, and you can see my head is actually pulling back slightly, and I'm actually tensing the front neck muscles. This video is taken from the side. So here I am at my little gym with the power cage. I'm clasping the hands together, standing at approximately arm's length from the power rack, and as I breathe in slowly, I'm again pulling down with the arms and in and lifting the ribs. So just observe that for now. You can see my ribs are lifting, my chest is high. Now notice what I'm doing with the front of my neck. I'm actually bringing my chin slightly down and I'm tensing those front neck muscles, and I'm pulling slightly, there we go, I'm pulling slightly with the back of my head, right? Yeah, and it's starting to hurt. You can see my face grimace a bit. It really stretches the sternum. This is the more advanced version, and I don't recommend you try it at least until a month or two after you've been performing the basic Rader Chest Pull. It really hurts. Yeah, I mean, that's really starting to hurt. But be very careful as you perform the Rader Chest Pull. And that's basically if you'd like to learn more about the old school techniques and methods of the silver and golden era champs such as Don Howarth, Steve Reeves, Chuck Sipes, and many more, please visit my website www.goldenerabookworm.com, where you'll find out-of-print books and courses on old school bodybuilding. So I do hope you have enjoyed watching this full demonstration of the beginners and advanced version of the Rader Chest Pull. I hope this answers many of the questions I've been asked and requests. Carlos, can you please demonstrate the Rader Chest Pull? Well, I think I've answered it very well here. I hope at least that I've answered your questions, at least to the best of my abilities. I really do find this exercise very beneficial, and yeah, if you try it yourself, I'd like to find out how it goes for you. Yeah, and just let me know. I hope again you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm, leave me your comments, and thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, please donate via PayPal. You can become a patron. You can also visit my website www.goldenerabookworm.com for out-of-print courses and books on old school bodybuilding. If you'd like to get in touch, email me. Especially if you've got any books or magazines, I'm always looking at adding to my collection. If you want to pass them on, please get in touch. And once again, I hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and if you do try the Rader Chest Pull, let me know how it goes, and I hope that you end up developing a massive rib cage like Arnold Schwarzenegger here, who even Franco is like, whoa man, that is a serious side chest pose. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look at Franco's face. Even he is impressed. He's like, whoa, I don't think I can beat that. Damn, that is a beautiful side chest pose by Arnold. Of course, helped with the aid of performing such exercises as the dumbbell pullover, the breathing squat, and the Rader Chest Pull. Hope you've enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.
Hi everybody, I just want to recommend this phenomenal book, Vince's Secret Locker, volume number 2 by Carl Coyne. I've been looking at this for about 4 weeks and I can't put it down. If you get a chance, check it out. He also has a part 1 that I highly recommend also. Vince was the trainer to the stars and had an amazing, interesting gym that today there's still not equipment like it around. It was all made out of wood. He'll be on our radio show coming up probably in the next couple weeks or so. Have a great day, and again, highly recommend this book.